topic that we are going to discuss is called graph matching. So first of all, we will try to understand what is a matching for a given graph. A matching graph is a subgraph G where there are no edges adjacent to each other. So what does this mean? This means for a given graph G, we are supposed to construct a subgraph of it. So we cannot construct a new graph. That means a graph which will have its own vertices or edges. We have to consider a given original graph and then draw a subgraph of it. Okay, so the edges can only be taken from the original graph. Plus, there is a condition that the matching subgraph will contain all the vertices of the original graph. The only difference is in terms of the edges. So we have to take only those edges which are not adjacent to each other. So there is as you can see on the screen, an example has been given. So what is the definition of matching? A matching graph is a subgraph of an original graph G. So you can call the matching graph as M. So we are supposed to construct a matching graph M, which is a subgraph of a given graph G. What is the condition? That no edges should be adjacent to each other. Plus, one more thing that you can keep in mind is that the number of vertices in both the original graph and the matching graph should be same. I hope it is clear to you. So now have a look at the graph given in here. This is called the original graph G. The total number of vertices it has is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when we are going to construct a subgraph M, that is the matching graph, it should also have 4 vertices. How many edges are there? E1, E2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, when we construct a matching graph, what we can do is we have to pick up the edges of these 5 from these 5 such that no two edges are adjacent. Now, how do we know that no two edges are adjacent? Please note that no two edges are considered to be adjacent if they do not share an endpoint. So in case two edges share an endpoint, then they are called adjacent, and if they do not share, then those are called non-adjacent. Now for a given graph G, we can construct multiple matching graphs. So that is also an important feature, that we can construct multiple matching graphs. Now let's have a look at the examples. This is M1, graph M1. So this has been taken as reference from one of the lectures that are available online. So in this we have selected edge E1 and we have selected edge E4. So as you can see, the two endpoints of this matching graph is A and B, and for the other one it is C and D, and they do not share the endpoints. ये matching graph इसलिए भी है because it consists of 4 vertices, and your original graph also consists of 4 vertices, and then it consists of 2 edges which are also the part of the original graph. Plus, it is a matching graph because it does not contain any edge that share a endpoint. Similarly, we have a graph M2, which is also a matching graph of the original graph G. In this, you have an edge from A to D and B to C. Again, the two edges do not contain any edge that share a endpoint. It is perfect. Similarly, in M3 we have an edge from D to B, so there is only one edge. Whereas in M1 and M2 we had two edges. In M3 we have only one edge from B to D. This is also a matching graph because this edge is E3, which is also there in the original graph. The last one is M4. This is called a graph with null edges, no edges at all. This is also a subgraph of G simply because it consists of same number of vertices and it should contain any of the edges, but it does not contain any edges. So this also qualifies to be the matching graph. So I hope in this slide so far, you have been able to understand what is a matching of an original graph, which is a subgraph where no two edges are adjacent to each other. So now we will look at certain properties or the types of matches, matchings that we can have. So what are those types of matching? One is called the maximal matching. One is called the maximum matching. And the third one is called the perfect matching. So here we have seen the definition of a matching but a matching has another property which is called the degree of the matching. A degree of the matching D for each vertex V in the matching graph is equal to, should be less than equal to 1, which means that no vertex, this is an important property, that no vertex in a matching graph can be an endpoint to two or more vertices. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जब भी आप एक मैचिंग ग्राफ बनाएंगे तो किसी भी वर्टेक्स से मैक्सिमम वन एज ही हो सकती है. It can also have a zero edge, but maximum one edge. If you have a matching graph something like this, that means ये वाली जो आपकी vertex है, it is an end point to two edges. One is this one and the other one is this one. So this is not a matching. So matching property को maintain करने के लिए the degree of the matching, that is degree of each vertex in the matching graph, should be less than or equal to 1. So let us now understand what is a maximal matching. Maximal matching का मतलब ये है for a given matching, अगर आपको एक matching given है M, you cannot add more edges to it. If you are given a matching graph or a subgraph which is matching to the original graph, if you cannot add more edges to that, it is considered to be the matching or matching M, which is the maximal matching. Now consider this one. Let's come to M3. Now M3 has only one edge that is from B to D, which is known as E3. Now, can I add more edges to this? No, I cannot add more edges to this matching graph because all the edges in the original graph, जिनको हमने include नहीं किया है in this matching graph, they all have a end point either D or either B. And इन दोनों के बीच में हमने ऑलरेडी एक एज लगा दिया है, तो दैट मीन्स इन दोनों एजेस यानी डी और बी की डिग्री जो है वो ऑलरेडी 1 हो चुकी है, अब इससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकती है। तो आप बाकी एजेस देखिए, चाहे E1 देखिए, चाहे E2 देखिए, चाहे E4 देखिए, चाहे E5 देखिए, these all four edges have a endpoint either B or either D. So that means this is a matching graph with a single edge. Okay, this is a graph with a matching graph with a single edge and no more edges can be added to it. So this qualifies to be the maximal matches. Similarly, the M1 and M2, ये दोनों भी मैक्सिमल मैचिंग ग्राफ्स हैं, क्योंकि इनके अंदर भी हम लोग फर्दर एजेस ऐड नहीं कर सकते हैं एंड स्टिल मेंटेन इट टू बी अ मैचिंग ग्राफ. सो व्हाट इज द सेट ऑफ maximal graph for this example? M1, M2 and M3, they all are called the maximal graphs. Now the next one is maximum matching graph. This is the maximal matching graph. So now what we are going to discuss is the maximum matching graph. Out of the maximal graph that we have seen, we will pick up those matching graphs which have the highest number of edges. Out of M1, M2 and M3, M2 consists of 2 edges, M1 consists of 2 edges, M2 consists of 2 edges, whereas M3 consists of 1 edge, which means M1 and M2, they both qualify to be the maximum matching graphs because they have the maximum number of edges. Now consider this M4. This is not a maximal graph also. Why? Because can I add edges to this graph and still maintain it to be a matching graph? The answer is yes. अगर मैं यहाँ पर एक edge लगा दूंगा तो एज भी ऐड हो गया है एंड इट इज स्टिल अ मैचिंग ग्राफ. मैं इसके अंदर एक और एज भी लगा सकता हूं एंड स्टिल इट विल बी अ मैचिंग ग्राफ. सो M4 जिसके अंदर कोई भी एज नहीं है, this is a matching graph. I agree that it is a matching graph, but it is not a maximal matching. तो हम लोग इसको भूल सकते हैं. The third category is called the perfect matching. The perfect matching हम लोग उसको बोलते हैं in which each vertex of a matching graph has a degree of 1. यानी हम उस मैचिंग ग्राफ को परफेक्ट मैचिंग ग्राफ बोलते हैं जिसमें हर वर्टेक्स की जो डिग्री है वो एग्जैक्टली 1 होनी चाहिए. नाउ लुक एट द ग्राफ M3. इन दिस द डिग्री ऑफ द एजेस D and B is equal to 1, whereas the degree of A and C is equals to 0. A और C से कोई भी एज नहीं जा रही है. That means M3 is not a perfect matching graph. Now let's have a look at this graph. That is M1. M1 में A की डिग्री 1 है, B की भी डिग्री 1 है, D की भी डिग्री 1 है और C की भी डिग्री 1 है. Similarly in M2 also, all the vertices have a degree 1. So perfect matching के सेट में कौन कौन से ग्राफ्स क्वालिफाई कर रहे हैं? परफेक्ट मैचिंग के में M1 and M2 both are considered to be the perfect matching. So that's the basic introduction that we have done to what is a matching graph. Other than this definition that is given in here, आपको दो properties और add करनी पड़ेंगी. एक तो degree of each vertex in the matching graph should be less than equal to 1, plus the matching graph should have vertices equal to number of vertices in the original graph. So that will be the complete definition of what is a matching graph and the two properties of the matching graph. हमने वो कर लिया है. फिर हमने मैक्सिमल मैचिंग क्या होती है, मैक्सिमम मैचिंग क्या होती है और परफेक्ट मैचिंग क्या होती है उसका भी एग्जांपल कर लिया है. नाउ वी आर रेडी टू मूव फर्दर इन आवर करंट लेक्चर. So this is what we have already done. Next topic that actually can help you when you go into the further discussion is called the bipartite graph. So what is this bipartite graph? Is a graph whose vertices can be divided into two independent sets. दो independent sets में divide की जा सकती हैं such that every edge u and v either connects to a vertex from u or to v or a vertex from v to u. अब हमने पिछला ही जो एग्जांपल लिया है उसमें से ही अगर हमें इसको बाइपार्टाइट ग्राफ में कन्वर्ट करना हो तो क्या हम कर सकते हैं, तो हम अब वही देखेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल इन द प्रीवियस ग्राफ वी हैड समथिंग लाइक दिस, ए बी सी एंड डी. हमारे पास एक एग्जांपल में इस तरह से दो एजेस थे और अब हम अगर इसको बाइपार्टाइट ग्राफ में करना चाहते हैं तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, इनको दो सेट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे, एक u और एक v. u will consist of all the edges with one end point, so that can be a and d, and the other set will consist of the other end points of the edges, that is b and c. Now let us connect them. A has a connection to B and D has a connection to C. This is considered to be a bipartite graph simply because इसके अंदर जो दो सेट्स बनाए गए हैं U and V, इसमें एक भी ऐसी एज नहीं है which connects to two vertices that belong to single set. क्या आप देख सकते हैं कि ऐसी कोई भी एज है जो U में यानी A से किसी भी वर्टेक्स को कनेक्ट करे जो U के अंदर ही है? द आंसर इज नो. सो एवरी एज हैज वन एंड पॉइंट इन U एंड वन एंड पॉइंट इन V. अगेन वन एंड पॉइंट इन U एंड वन एंड पॉइंट इन D. ठीक है, अगर मैं इसकी डिवीजन इस तरह से कर देता A to B एंड D to C, तो एजेस कैसे बनती? इस तरह से. तो दिस इज नॉट अ बाइपार्टाइट ग्राफ बिकॉज इसमें जो एज हैं वो एक सेट के अंदर हैं और इसकी एजेस एक सेट के अंदर है, तो ये गलत होगा. तो आई रिपीट, व्हाट इज अ बाइपार्टाइट ग्राफ? इज अ ग्राफ whose vertices can be divided into two independent sets. कर दी हमने, such that every edge U and V either connects from a vertex from U to V or from V to U. So I hope this thing is clear how we were able to compute the bipartite graph. This is very important because जैसा मैंने आपको बताया कि that every vertex has a degree of 1, which means जब हम connections करेंगे तो उसमें multiple edges नहीं हो सकती हैं. इसमें दिखाई दे रही हैं multiple edges. That means it is not a matching bipartite graph. A matching in a bipartite graph is a set of edges chosen in such a way that no two edges share a endpoint. The maximum matching is a matching of maximum number of edges. तो maximum matching क्या है? जितनी ज्यादा से ज्यादा edges होंगी, we will count those edges in the bipartite graph. That will give us the maximum matching. In a maximum matching, if any edge is added to it, it is no longer a matching. अगर हमने maximum matching निकाल लिया और फिर उसके अंदर एक और edge डालने की कोशिश की तो then it will not be a matching because maximum matching means अब इससे ज्यादा edges नहीं हो सकती है. Now some of the terms that we will discuss in future, जो हम लोग अभी देखने वाले हैं, इनको अलग अलग नाम से भी देखा जाता है, तो अभी हम इनको समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. फ्री नोड और अ वर्टेक्स. अगर हमें कोई M मैचिंग ग्राफ दिया गया है तो वो वाले वर्टेक्स को हम लोग फ्री बोलते हैं, विच आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ द एम। तो मैं ये आपको इसका एग्जांपल के साथ एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ। Let us suppose that we have original graph like this. We have A, we have B, we have C, and we have D. So something like this. We have an original graph. This is representing edge number 1, and this is representing edge number 2. This is representing edge number 3 and 4. और हमने नीचे इसका मैचिंग ग्राफ बना दिया है, दैट इज ए बी सी एंड डी विद एज नंबर 1 एंड एज नंबर 2। ठीक है, तो इसमें फ्री नोड और वर्टेक्स गिवन अ मैचिंग एम, अ नोड दैट इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ द मैचिंग इज कॉल्ड द फ्री नोड। लेकिन इसमें ऑल द 4 वर्टिसेस आर पार्ट ऑफ द मैचिंग, तो इसमें कोई भी फ्री नोड नहीं है। Then comes your matching and not matching edges. इसमें से 2 edges 1 and 2 are part of your matching, so that means 1 and 2 are called your matching edges, and 3 are part of your matching edges, and 2 and 4 are called the not matching edges, क्योंकि these have not been used for matching. Let us consider another matching, that is A, B, C, and D, and there is only one edge from A to B. This is also an example of matching. इसमें आपकी free nodes या vertices कौन सी हैं? C and D, they both are your free nodes or free vertices because they are not part of your matching. edge का part नहीं है। और इसमें मैचिंग एजेस कौन सी हैं? इसमें सिर्फ मैचिंग एज 1 है, और नॉट मैचिंग एजेस कौन सी हैं? दैट इज 2, 3 एंड 4. I hope these are clear to you. Now let us start with some more properties and how we can actually find the maximal matching graphs using certain algorithms. So let's move towards that part. That will be the last part of this lecture today. The first property that we are going to study today is consider a general graph. हमें एक general graph दिया गया है, that is G, and we are given a matching graph M. Okay, so we are given 2 things, general graph G and matching graph M. M is a subset of E, is a matching of G, then any vertex X is called a free vertex. It is called a free vertex if it is not an end point of any edge in the M. ये हम लोग ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं। जो vertices किसी भी edge का part नहीं है, those will be considered as free vertex. Now we are going to study what is called an alternating path and one is called an augmented path. उसको समझने के लिए हमें नीचे का एक ग्राफ जो है वो देखना पड़ेगा। दिस particular slide has been taken as reference from one of the lectures available on online, so we can reduce the time. तो आप देख सकते हैं इस ग्राफ के अंदर टोटल मैचिंग ग्राफ के अंदर टोटल 5 एजेस हैं। रेड डिनोट कर रहा है उन एजेस को जो हमने मैचिंग के लिए यूज की हैं, and the black is referring to the non-matching edges जिनको हमने यूज नहीं किया है। So that means for this original graph we have only considered this and this 2 edges to be the part of the matching. Okay, so what is an alternating path? Alternating path हम उस path को कहते हैं that contains of the alternate sequence of matching and non-matching edges, यानी alternate sequence होनी चाहिए मैचिंग और नॉन मैचिंग। यहां पर आप देख सकते हैं दिस इज अ नॉन मैचिंग, उसके बाद आई मैचिंग, उसके बाद फिर से आई नॉन मैचिंग, फिर से आई मैचिंग एंड लास्ट में फिर से आई नॉन मैचिंग। सो दिस इज एन alternate sequence, नॉन मैचिंग, matching, non-matching, matching and non-matching. So this is called an alternate path. A simple path G whose edges alternate alternately belong to M, यानी कभी एक एज मैचिंग को बिलोंग करती है तो एक एज मैचिंग को बिलोंग नहीं करती है. The second important feature is called the augmented path. Now augmented path comes from the alternate path only. So one thing is that we should have a alternating path. हमें एक alternating path होना चाहिए हमारे पास. अब हम उस alternating path में से निकालेंगे हमारा augmenting path. So what is an augmenting path? Augmenting path is an alternating path in which the two endpoints of the path, they both are, you can say, they both are the vertices which are not part of matching edge, which are not part of the matching edge. आप देख सकते हैं कि इसके अंदर मैचिंग एजेस कौन सी हैं, सिर्फ ये वाली और ये वाली. The purple color has been used to denote the vertices which are part of the matching edges, and yellow color has been shown to denote those vertices which are not part of the matching edges or not the end point of the matching edges. तो ये जो alternating path आप देख रहे हैं, it starts with the yellow vertex and ends with the yellow vertex. That means it starts and ends with the vertices which are not part of the M, and hence it is called the augmenting path. And hence it is called the augmenting path. And why the study of augmenting path is important is because if you have an augmenting path, that means you can still derive an extra matching edge. That means if you are given a, you can say M, if you are given a matching graph M which has let's say length of the edges is equals to M, अगर उस matching graph का augmented path बन सकता है, that means you can create another matching graph Mi whose length will be M plus 1, यानी उसमें एक और matching edge जो है वो include की जा सकती है. That means an M with an augmented path is not the maximum matching graph, उसमें एक और edge include की जा सकती है. तो अब हम वो कैसे include की जा सकती है, अब हम उसको यहाँ पर देखेंगे. ये मैं आपको ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूँ, ये जो ऊपर लिखा हुआ है कि we can include one more edge. How? We can include that those edges by you can say alternating or replacing, by replacing the matching edges to the non-matching and non-matching to the matching. अब ये हमें given था, इसका एक एंड पॉइंट जो है वो मैचिंग को इंक्लूड नहीं करता है, दूसरा एंड पॉइंट भी मैचिंग को इंक्लूड नहीं करता है, तो दैट मींस दिस is called the augmented path. How many edges, matching edges are there in this augmented path? 2 matching edges are there. Now we can convert it into another matching graph with 3 matching edges. How? We will replace the matching with non-matching and non-matching with matching. तो ये हमारा matching था, आप ध्यान से देख सकते हैं. Now this has become non-matching. ये हमारा मैचिंग था, this has become non-matching. Plus all the non-matching has been converted into matching. क्या ये alternate path है? The answer is yes, this is an alternate path. इसमें सबसे पहले मैचिंग आया, फिर non-matching, फिर से मैचिंग, फिर से non-matching और फिर से matching. So this is an you can say a matching graph with alternate path. Does it have an augmented path? The answer is no augmented path. Why there is no augmented path anymore? Because the endpoints belong to the matching edges. The endpoint belongs to the matching edges, whereas an augmented path तभी exist करता है if the endpoints of the alternate path do not belong to any matching edges. So this is the property of what is an alternate path, what is an augmented path, and our idea is basically to find if for any given graph you have augmented path or not. If you do not have augmented paths, that means no more edges can be added to that matching graph. If it consists of augmenting path, that means more edges can be added to it. I hope this concept is clear. You can look at this video again and again, and these references have already been taken from there, from some net. So I am unable to refer to those, but I will give a reference to the original author who has created these slides. So let's move further. Once these notes are available to you, you will have the references included of the original author. So let's just continue. Just look at this as an example. Randomly chosen two edges which are both a part of the matching. तो हम स्टार्ट कैसे करते हैं? स्टार्ट में हम लोग रैंडमली कोई भी एक दो एजेस उठा लेते हैं. हम लोग उनको बस ये चेक करना है कि वो जो हमारी है एडजेसेंट नहीं होनी चाहिए. अब उसके बाद हम लोग पाथ बनाएंगे. तो इसके अंदर हमारी मैचिंग में क्या है? हमारी मैचिंग में E3 और E8 यानी सिर्फ दो ही नोड्स हैं. तो लेट अस स्टार्ट. इफ अगर मैं इस नोड से स्टार्ट करता हूं, तो अगर मैं इस वर्टेक्स से स्टार्ट करता हूं, तो मैं मानता हूं दैट E1 इज अ नॉन मैचिंग नोड, E3 इज अ मैचिंग नोड एंड E5 इज अनदर नॉन मैचिंग नोड जिसका एंड पॉइंट ये है. तो विद इन द ग्राफ सब ग्राफ आई एम एबल टू फाइंड एन ऑगमेंटेड पाथ स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द नोड here to here. This is an alternative path, NM, M, NM, plus the two endpoints that do not belong to any node M. तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूं? मैं इसको अब NM में कन्वर्ट कर सकता हूं. So this will be converted into NM. Okay. And second thing that can happen is कि I can convert this E1 into red and E5 into red. पहले E3 रेड थी, लेकिन जब मैंने यहां से ट्रेवर्स किया इस पॉइंट से लेकर इस पॉइंट तक, तो मैंने देखा कि इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ स्मॉल ऑगमेंटेड पाथ. जैसे ही मुझे ऑगमेंटेड पाथ मिल गया, तो आई अप्लाइड द पॉइंट कि आई कैन कन्वर्ट द रिप्लेस द एजेस M विद NM एंड NM विद एज. तो पहले हमारे ग्राफ में कितने एजेस? 3, E3 एंड E8. अब E3 has been replaced to non-matching and we get E1, E5 and E8 as 3 edges. So what is our next step? Our next step is to continue recursively, बार recursively इसी step को call करते रहना है. And our attempt is to find how many augmented paths are still there in our graph. If there exists an augmented path, then interchange the matching to non-matching and non-matching to matching in that path, ताकि हमें एक one more edge मिल जाए which is a matching edge. If there does not exist any augmented path, that means we should end our algo, because we have found the maximum matching graph. That's it. So given any graph, randomly select any edge to be the matching edge, and then continue recursively to find if there exists any augmented path. If there exists augmented paths, then apply the interchange of the edges. And if there does not exist any augmented path, that already means you have reached the maximum limit, maximum matching graph. So let us continue even further. What does the algorithm states? There is an M augmented path if M is not the maximum cardinality matching. यानी हमने मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ एजेस अभी तक फाइंड आउट नहीं की हैं. देयर इज स्टिल अ स्कोप. एंड हाउ डू वी नो दैट देयर इज स्टिल अ स्कोप? बिकॉज मैक्सिमम कार्डिनैलिटी हैज not been reached. So what does the theorem suggest is to find that maximum cardinality. तो हमें करना क्या है? स्टार्टिंग विद एन आर्बिट्ररी मैचिंग. मैंने आपको बोला था कि आप किसी भी एक एज से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. आप मान लीजिए दैट दिस इज द मैचिंग एज, ठीक है, या नल मैचिंग से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, बट वी विल सिलेक्ट वन एज. नाउ रिपीटेडली कैरी आउट द ऑगमेंटेशंस. करना क्या है? रिपीटेडली यानी रिकर्सिवली या नॉन रिकर्सिवली ऑगमेंटेड पाथ्स को सर्च करना है. कब तक सर्च करना है? जब तक कोई भी ऑगमेंटेड पाथ नहीं बच जाता है. अगर ऑगमेंटेड पाथ बच जाता है तो दैट मींस वी कैन स्टिल ऐड वन मोर एज, और अगर ऑगमेंटेड पाथ नहीं है दैट मींस वी हैव रीच्ड द एंड ऑफ द this thing. So whether this is bound to terminate or not, whether this algorithm will work or not, the answer is yes, because the maximum matching for any given graph has a finite cardinality. जैसे हमने बोला ना कि हम तब तक कंटिन्यू करेंगे जब तक हमें मैक्सिमम कार्डिनैलिटी नहीं मिल जाती है, एंड मैक्सिमम कार्डिनैलिटी इज अ फाइनाइट वैल्यू, एंड विद एवरी स्टेप वी आर मूविंग वन step closer to maximum cardinality. That means this algorithm is definitely going to terminate, bound to terminate. Each augmentation increases the cardinality. जो मैंने बोला हर स्टेप के साथ हम लोग maximum cardinality की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं. But what is the problem that we are going to face when we are implementing this very basic algorithm जो मैंने आपको बताया है? ये एक बहुत ही बेसिक एल्गोरिथम है. इसको आप लीनियर बोलना है या जो भी बोलना है आप बोल सकते हैं. इसकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्या है? इसकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि हम लोग एम ऑगमेंटेशंस को सर्च कैसे करेंगे जब हमारा पाथ मल्टीपल पाथ्स की तरफ मूव करता है इस तरह से. तो एक पाथ के लिए ऑगमेंटेशन ढूंढना इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बट व्हेन द ग्राफ बिकम्स सो कॉम्प्लेक्स देन हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सर्च फॉर द m augmentations is our issue. So what is the problem is to find out the m augmentations in a polynomial time or a limited time, and for that actually the solution has been given by the Edmond. So Edmond gave an algorithm named as Edmond-Blossom algorithm. Now the Edmond-Blossom algorithm is basically used to find you can say the m augmentations in a limited amount of time in a faster way so that we can compute the maximum matching of a graph. And this m augmentation, that is what we are going to study in the next lecture. I request that for you to do one thing as a part of assignment is all the algorithms that we have done so far, you are required to compute the time complexity. आपने एक assignment सी बनानी है, एक sheet बनानी है, not an assignment, in which you will mention the time complexity of each algorithm using different programming paradigms. Like dynamic में अगर knapsack use करना हो, dynamic से ही मुझे TSP या कुछ और करना हो तो उसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कितनी है, ग्रीडी से अगर मुझे सॉल्व करना हो तो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कितनी है, डिवाइड एंड कॉन्कर से सॉल्व करना हो तो कितनी है. तो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू मेक अ शीट ऑफ which contains the complexity of all these algorithms. So with this we come to the end of the lecture today. So we will continue with the next lecture and we will try to understand what is the Edmond-Blossom algorithm for finding the maximum matching inside.